Hello and welcome to Spares for Repairs. We assume that we have discovered that it is certainly a Mila lock. The logo is usually on the faceplate, the 16mm wide faceplate. The centre box is removed by 3 screws being removed, and this is the same for both the full length lock as well as this type, which has got a section which goes below and a section which goes above. But the centre box, the exchange of it is exactly the same. The centre boxes on the original part have actually been discontinued, and there is another lock which is now available to be able to replace, and this same lock works for both the full length as well as the 3-part. Once you've removed the centre lock, you will be able to identify that the centre section here, which latches onto the moving part at the back of the 16mm faceplate, is actually cranked. As you can see, it's cranked here and it's cranked at the bottom. Now on the new lock it isn't so. They've changed the design, so there are some modifications needed to be made to the rear sliding section at the back of the 16mm faceplate. This is the new lock. As you can see, there is a difference between here and here. The sliding section runs down the side of the lock as it does at the bottom. So therefore the sliding element that connects to this, that's at the rear of the 16mm faceplate, now needs modifying so that it will allow this to connect. This is the sliding section that goes down the back of the 16mm faceplate. As you can see, the hole that's there now is in the centre, which would normally have attached to the cranked part on the main body of the lock. However, to be able to get it to fit onto the new lock, you have to be sure that you identify which side needs cutting out. So we have to remove a small part of the mechanism here to be able to accommodate it fitting onto the new centre box. We take out a small element here. I've done one at the other end so I can reverse it now to show you what it will look like once you've taken that section away. Here it is. You just simply use a small hacksaw and cut away the sides, and that will leave a slot. This slot will now accommodate the sliding element inside the lock, which will now sit here at the side rather than in the centre. Extremely important to be able to identify which side of the mechanism requires to be cut, because once you've cut it, you've only got one chance. If you cut it wrong, this will be no good whatsoever, and it will have to be a full replacement lock, which will be considerably more expensive. So here at Spares for Repairs, we're trying to save you money. So to summarise, you've identified it's a Mila lock. You found that when you remove the faceplate, the section here fits onto the central stud. You remove that, and to enable you to fit it onto this side, you have to remove here with a small hacksaw, resulting in this slot, which now comfortably fits in there. To help a little bit further with the exchanges of these types of centre boxes, we will accompany the product with a leaflet on how to do this. It will come out as an A5 size leaflet. It will be wrapped around the lock so you can find that information when it's delivered. However, if you want to have a look at that before you order, if you look on the website has also got this as a PDF file that you can download, view and decide that you're competent and you're happy to go forward and order, knowing that you've got the answer to the replacement of your centre box. Thanks very much, and thanks for using Spares for Repairs.